I have my Squire Jazzmaster going, and it is running through my Zoom G3N, which is running into my Fender Passport, which is a PA. It's a small PA. I have the speakers placed by the microphones, and so there's no amp coloring this signal, and I'm going to go through some of my favorite settings here that I've made. I'm still not 100% on this pedal, honestly. Like, I think there's some cool sounds that I've come up with on it, and there's some cool presets. But I'm just going to play through it for a little bit and then kind of tell you my final thoughts. So here is a setting called Lead Ice, which uses the ice delay, and that puts an octave in front of the delay. So it adds an octave to your delay signal. It's called the Icy Spice. This has the hot spice sitar effect. I thought it was supposed to be like a synthesizer, so I've made all of these patches around it with it trying to be kind of like a synthesizer filter. It has a bend control and a octave up control that it adds to the tone. So effect's called Ambient Resonance. Some ambient effects, got a filter delay, resonance filter, and an ambience reverb. Try the Lord of the Rings with a ring filter, ring modulator. This is the phased preset. This is one of Zoom's own presets here. Now I tend to play a lot of dreamy pop kind of stuff. It's got a vibrato, a tape echo. Does quite a bit with I would say, not the strangest effects. Here's filter sauce. I made this one. Kind of like a pad sort of thing. Nice. Here's 80's Flame. I kind of tried to make this sound like an 80's rock ballad sort of tone, like The Flame by Cheap Trick. So. Nice chorus type effect there. SL drive. Normal one. I'm going to switch to the bridge pickup on this, which is a nice jazz master kind of tone. Cool. Ambient Toast. This is what I made for when I was playing at church with it. Just have a nice like a hall reverb and a tape delay for those. I've used this Texas Toast one, which is one of their own presets. It's got the Fender like kind of amp sound, and I think it's maybe a blackface. That one's nice. It's 80's rock one that I just made. It's called Live Again. It's like a step filter. Modern Extra. I modified this. One of the best models on this is the Ecstasy Blue. I think that's what it's called. So. Pretty cool tones coming from that amp, I think. Yeah, so I'm mixed on it. As you can tell, I'm someone that I like to use a lot of different effects and even experiment with a lot of different effects. And so the big thing about it is I'm torn on kind of bang for your buck versus, well, is it really worth it? And what I mean by that is you come into a point where what you're playing out versus what you're playing inside, those two factors, what you're doing when you're practicing and what you're doing when you're performing, what you're doing when you're recording or writing, so really you could put those in maybe 3 different sections if you want. Those become what factors into how much money you want to spend. And so this was a great option when I was like, well, I really need something that's going to be newer technology than what I was using. I do like the options better, the form factor better. It's smaller and it has more going for it than the HD 400 by Line 6 that I was using, Pod HD 400. Which was a nice pedal too, but as far as does it sound as good or better than the HX Stomp, like I said before, no it doesn't. Can I get some sounds that kind of hit in that same ballpark? Sure, I think you can get a few. You have to really tweak them. The presets aren't great, which is the case with a lot of these. People say the presets aren't great on the HX Stomp, but I've tried the HX Stomp a few times at stores and whatnot, and they've got some great presets on there now. And it is just, you can plug and play and do a little bit of tweaking, and it sounds great. So the thing is, when I'm playing at church, I don't actually use a ton of really crazy effects. I don't even use the really crazy reverbs or delays as much as I sometimes think I want to. I end up using a lot of hall and room plate reverbs, tape echoes, and modulated delays, because sometimes you want a kind of a cleaner sound that just has a little bit of ambience, because that's gonna fit in a nice place with the band. And sometimes you want a sound that's gonna cut really well, and if you add a lot of modulations and tones like that, it's going to kind of muddy up the tone. And then when I'm writing, though, I do like to have these kind of strange special effects, and there's quite a bit here on tap, and that's nice. But is that? Am I giving it a lot of credit because it's $200? Or because it's, is it punching above its weight? I think it punches a little bit above its weight, but it punches to $300 or $400 multi-effects pedal, which we don't really have. We only have a few options in that range right now. There's the Zoom G6, which has a lot of the same special effects as this, but it's got some nicer amp models. I'm certain, because I have the Zoom G11. So those amp models, those cabs, it's worth spending a little bit extra for that. Those are nice. And I'm pretty sure you can load custom IRs into that as well, if you want to. But I would get something like the Headrush MX5 seems really neat. That's 400, that's coming out. Or it just came out pretty recently. Headrush has some good effects and good sounds, and had that early. I had the gig board for a little while. I just didn't find it to be the right size for me. So the MX5 is even smaller. That would be probably a good option. The Zoom G6 seems very nice again. But I'm still, if you are out there and you've played an HX Stomp or you own an HX Stomp, do you swear by it? Because it seems like, really, with how much they keep updating with the effects it has on it, if you can justify that price tag, So anyway, thanks for watching this, and may or may not be my last video with the G3N, but cool multi effect for the price. Just, maybe not the best one. Thanks.